Okay. All right, guys. So welcome back. It is Thursday, week 3 of this whole distance learning experiment. Remind you guys, we are the first people to ever do this, so it's brand new for most of us here. Oh, let me let this last person in here. Okay. All right. Sorry about that. I'm back. So today is just a work day. And I know you guys are probably excited about getting to work on stuff. One of the reasons everyone signs up for these kinds of classes is because they love to get up, put their hands on things, and start building and making projects. It's something that's really fun, and it's unique to some of these CTE classes. We allow kids to use tools, use their imagination, and get up and just create things. And I think that's an inborn trait for almost all humans. We just love to make things. It's one of the reasons why humans have created such a magnificent world out there with all these crazy buildings and cars and planes and submarines and rockets and all this stuff, is human beings desire to build. So you guys are being introduced into that world, and so I'm very happy to see that. Hopefully you had a good chance yesterday to get some work done on your project. Remember, you're going to have today and tomorrow also as full work days to get things done. And then it'll be due on Monday. Now, some of the kids have asked about working on the weekends. And while yes, I did let it open so that you could work on the weekend, I would prefer that you didn't. Part of the engineering challenge is figuring out how to do things quickly and efficiently. And so I don't want this to be like multiple 5-10 hours long project. Part of this project is to be very quick and efficient. So somebody asked me about like, could I carve something? And it's like, yes, I don't mind if you carve. However, that's a very slow way of getting things done. Other people have asked me about, I don't have a lot of materials at my house. You got to get creative. There's lots and lots of materials everywhere. Tin foil is a great one. Tape is a great one. Paper folded over multiple times is a great one. And then the marble does not have to stay in tracks or a channel the whole time too. So say you have a platform, like I'm just using my phone here, but you just had some little platform, marble could roll down that. That's perfectly fine. There's no problem with that. It can roll across a table. You could even use tiny little wire like this cord here to guide a marble around on a table. So there's a lot of different things you can do. You're just trying to find stuff around your house. Just as an example here, here's just a simple book. This is my old metalworking book from probably like 30 years ago. I think they still use it in a lot of schools. But you could just take a book, and this part of the book makes a perfect little channel for the marble or ball to roll down. So really, a lot of this, yeah, and you could just be a ramp, and it could easily do this too. It could roll down this and then hit this. There's lots of possibilities. Paper cups, styrofoam cups, paper plates. I mean, there literally is a million possibilities out there. So I don't want you to think that you don't have anything or that you need to go buy it, because truly part of this thing is, part of the toughness of this whole project is figuring out what to use, okay? Think quick, think efficiency. Just as a little hint too, if you need a vertical surface, there's nothing wrong with using a wall. That's perfectly fine. You can do it on a table. You could go up against one of your like pieces of furniture and use that as a vertical wall and attach ramps to that. I'm perfectly fine with all of that stuff. It's really open to your imagination. Let's see. Gigi, did you have a question?
So, what was I gonna say? I forgot.
So somebody asked, does it have to be on a table? Nope. It could be on a board. It could be on a flat surface. It could be on all kinds of different things. So whatever you have around your house is fine. All you have to do is follow the rules. So essentially it has to have 3 different levels of features. You have to have at least 8 different like obstacles. Like if you use this as a ramp, that would be one of them. If you use the cup and it dropped in and fell out, that's one. Any of those things, but you have to have 8 of them. Has to have 3 different levels, and you're trying to get the marble to roll for 15 seconds. Okay, but you could use tin foil, you could use cardboard. Cardboard's probably one of the best ones. I was just kind of screwing around here at the school, and what I used was I used a cardboard box that I stood upright, and that way I could use the box and attach things to it. I could pin things to it or glue things to it. Very, very simple way of doing things. Yes, it can be on a table. It doesn't have to be, it can be though. Either one is fine.
What happens if we don't finish on Monday?
You got to finish. That's the project. So you got to move quick.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Move.
I haven't been able to start yet because I've had a lot of homework and stuff.
All right. Well, what about yesterday when I gave you all the class to do it?
I wasn't able to. No.
Okay. So I'm going to give you all of today and tomorrow. And then, like I said, if you need to, you could do the weekend, but I don't want you to have to do that. It should be quick. This should not take you hours and hours. Okay.
We got like because we got Gatorade bottles and we made we cut them so the ping pong could go like through the bottles.
It's a great idea.
We haven't finished we need more bottles, so we haven't finished the project. We only did parts of it, of the Gatorade bottles and that stuff.
Okay. Guys, remember too, this kind of, you can use all kinds of things. It's flat boards, flat pieces of paper, cardboard, all kinds of different things. Looks like Sid, do you have a question?
Yeah, for you know how you said you wanted us to take a video of it?
Yes.
Do you want us to take a video of it just rolling the ball down to show that it works?
Yeah, that's what I want you just
Or
follow the marble all the way down. Video of the marble rolling down the course, yeah.
How would we send that video to you?
What I'd like you to do is put it onto those Google Slides. We're going to talk a little more about that Monday, but I don't want to take your build time away from you. So if you don't know how to do it, we'll talk a little more on Monday how to do that. But if you can take the video and then save it to your Google Drive, that's the easiest way, because then you can just easily stick it into the Google Slides. So if you can save the video to your Google Drive, that's the easiest way. There are other ways too, though. Yes, Lucy.
How do we take the video?
How do you take the video?
Yeah.
So it depends on what setup you're using. If it was me doing it, I would just take my phone and take a video of it, and then I would upload it to my Google Drive. That's how I would do it. If you don't have a phone, you'll probably have to use your computer to do it.
So we just go to camera and tape it?
Yeah, trying to think what program you guys might use on yours to do it. I don't know. I'm gonna have to think on that for a minute. Art. Arden, did you have a question?
Do we present it to last?
There's camera. You can take a video.
I'm not sure who's talking right now, but it's coming through very garbled.
That was Sid.
Okay. Yeah, it's coming through kind of garbled. You might try it again. Or you could type the question out and I'll answer it too.
Lucy, you gotta mute yourself.
The whole course is supposed to fit in a 3-foot by 3-foot cube. So wherever the marble rolls should be in that size category. Okay, so I am actually going to let people go now. So if you know what you're doing, if you already are starting on your project, you've been doing the build, you know what you're doing, feel free to take off. You can go ahead and get working on it. You have today and tomorrow, and then remember you're going to need a video of it. Okay. If you want to stick around, or come back in any of the other Zooms today, you have access to all my Zooms. So you can easily come into any class and ask me questions. The only thing I ask is please verbalize that your question, because I'm going to have my screen minimized. So I might not see you pop on. Okay. So make sure you just say, hey, Mr. A, I need help. And then I'll open it back up and talk to you. But I'm going to have it minimized because I don't want to be staring at a blank screen all day, because most periods people are going to leave. Okay. So if you already know what you're doing, you can take off, and I will see you tomorrow. Have fun building. You said, how is a three, how, Logan, are you asking how big is a 3 foot by 3 foot? Is that what you're asking?
No, I'm asking if the course has to be in a 3 foot by 3 foot.
Yes. So if you imagine that you had a box 3 feet by 3 feet, 3 feet tall, the whole thing has to fit inside of there. So in other words, you couldn't say run one long track down your stairway or something. You know, you could do it on the, say, the bottom 3 steps of the stairway, but you couldn't just run one long track down.